All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. In this game 2 of the Builders against the Bearcats, let's go ahead and take a look at the Bearcats batting order. It's a little different than the game 1. Dylan Schmoody still leading off and playing center. Then we've got Finnif playing short, batting second. Freewald is batting third and playing third. Ald is batting fourth and playing first. McGee is doing the DHing for this game. Hester is in left field. Petty's in right field batting seventh. Macaluso is batting eighth and playing second. And Hicks is going to do the catching. For the Builders in the field, it's the exact same lineup. Actually, I think the batting order is the exact same too. Anderson in left, Yeri in center, and Baker Green in right. Bradshaw's at third. Isaac McAllister's at short. Landon Turner is at second. Jet Winslow's at first. Behind the plate is Seth Harrison, and doing the pitching this game is Aiden Henry. So Schmoody steps in as he's leading off game 2. First pitch from Aiden. Just outside, ball 1. That one's popped towards second base. And Landon's there to make the play for the first out of the inning. All right. Bring up the number 2 hitter. I want to say it's Ryan is his first name. Yep, Ryan Finnif. And I was just corrected by Walker. The number 3 hitter is Reed Rockwall, which is what was written on the lineup, but it had the wrong number. Counts 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Counts now 3-1. So let's get pitching stats on Aiden after this pitch. Foul straight back. Hit the press box right below us. Counts now 3-2. Aiden Henry. The 3-2 pitch. He's got an 11.57 ERA. That's a walk. He doesn't have a win-loss record. He's appeared in 3 games, only pitched for 2 1/3 innings. So, giving up 3 runs. So, there's kind of the reason for the inflated ERA. Reed Rockwall's up to bat. He pitch hit for the Bearcats in the 7th inning of the last game and doubled off the wall. I think he was the one that doubled off. No, that was a triple off the wall, wasn't it? He doubled down the third base line. Swings through that off-speed pitch to run the count even at 1-1. Throw over to first. Runner back. Swing and a miss, strike two. Counts now 1-2. Ball thrown over again. Strike three, out. Throw him out. So Finnif got caught stealing. And Rockwall struck out swinging. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in the Builders half of the first inning in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Let's take a look at how the Bearcats actually line up in the field, since theirs is different. Yep. All righty, around the outfield, you have Hester in left, Schmoody in center, and Petty in right. And then around the horn from third to first, Freewall. It's not Freewald. It's number 7. Rockwall's at third. Finnif's at short. Macaluso's at second with Ald at first. Forgey's pitching, and Hicks is doing the catching. And Nate Yeary steps in. Builders' batting order is the exact same as game 1. First pitch to Yeary is high for ball 1. Side. Ball 2. So 2-0. Caught the outside corner, strike. Grounded. Not grounded, fouled, back to the screen. So in game 1, Yeary went. That one's hit high to left. Hester is under it and makes the play for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jaden Anderson, the left fielder. Swing and a miss, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two at that 80-mile-an-hour fastball. High. Counts now 1-2. He got him swinging at that one. So 2 down in the bottom of the first. So that'll bring up the catcher, Seth Harrison. Seth grounds that one to third. Rockwall's up with it. Throws it over to Ald for the third out of the inning. Builders go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. We'll be back for the second inning in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Top of the second inning. Both the Bearcats and the Builders both went 1-2-3 in the first inning. I guess the Bearcats went a theoretical 1-2-3 as Finnif drew the walk, but then was caught stealing on a strike him out, throw him out to end the inning. So, leading off the inning is Jacob Ald for the Bearcats. Bearcats are bringing 4-5-6 to the plate. Aiden Henry threw 12 pitches through that first inning. Most of them, in essence, coming to Finnif. That one bounces in front of the plate for ball one. Jacob went 2 for 4 in game one with 2 singles. The 1-0 pitch. Over to corner, strike one. Counts even 1-1. Appeal to the first base umpire to see if he went. He did not. 2-1's the count. That one's grounded to Bradshaw at third. That's going to 3-hop to first. And they get Jacob Ald out on that ground out to the third baseman. I'll bring up Evan McGee, the DH for this second game. Now it's high for ball one. Almost like that was a curveball that never dropped. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. One and two. Big swooping curveball for the second out of the inning. Although he didn't swing. He was looking at that one. I don't actually blame him. I'll bring up Austin Hester. He grounds it to third. Bradshaw up, fires to Jet for the third and final out of the inning. Once again, 3 up, 3. Nope, not. Yeah, 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of this second inning. Builders bring 4, 5, 6 to the plate. Jet Winslow, Landon Turner, and Justin Bradshaw. You know what? The batting order, while it's the same batters, it's not the same order. Because Landon was 8th in the order last game. So I'm glad we never threw that graphic up. Because I think I just looked at our lineup, saw the first 4 people the same, and went with it. Counts now 1-1 to the Builder first baseman. Grounded to third. And the Bearcats make the play. So that'll bring up Landon Turner, the Builders' second baseman. Landon went 2 for 3 in game 1. That one's low. 2-0. 3-0. .78-mile-an-hour fastball's in there for strike one. Strike two. It's probably the third or fourth time the Builders have thought they'd just earned ball 4 for the umpire to call it a strike here. These two games out, it's a dribbler to short, kind of bobbles it, and Landon's in there safely. So that'll bring Justin Bradshaw to the plate. Bradshaw went 2 for 4 in game 1 with 2 singles and a walk. First pitch he saw was a ball. Bounce foul out of play down the right field line. Evens up the count at 1-1. Curve ball from the right-handed pitcher. Landon on first. 1-1 pitch. High and in, 2-1. Runner goes. That one drops into center field. Landon takes off for third, and he's in there safely. So Landon takes his infield hit as Bradshaw singles to center, and then Builders now have runners at first and third. So that'll bring Jackson Thomas to the plate. The Builders DH. He went 1 for 2 in game 1. Singled to center was his lone hit. First pitch to Jackson is high, ball 1. Outside, 2-0. Jason's got a little more velocity than the pitchers from game 1. The other guys were kind of, in a way, topping out at 70. He's been hitting upper 70s on his fastballs. 2-0 pitch. Singled to second, to short, to first. And they get out of that inning. Builders don't score any runs. They do get 2 hits. We'll be back for the third inning in just a moment.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Top of the third inning. Through 2 innings, Aiden's thrown 21 pitches, struck out 2 and walked 1. So the Bearcats are bringing 7, 8, 9 to the plate. Isaiah Petty is going to lead it off. He did play in game 1. He went, he went 2 for 3. A single to right, a double to right, grounded out to short in his 3 at-bats. So here he is making his first plate appearance of this game 2 here in the 7th inning. First pitch was a strike, and that one's lined into center field for a base hit. So that'll bring up Braden Macaluso, the Bearcat second baseman. Grounder to the pitcher, or I'm sorry, sac bunt. So Brooklyn Hicks is up. First pitch, he fouls out of play over our heads. Curveball was low. 1-1's the count. That one's kind of golfed into left field. And Petty scores. The throw beat him by a lot. Seth just couldn't field it very well. Which will take us back to the top of the order, and Dylan Schmoody. Dylan lifts that one into center. On comes Yuri. He slides for a great catch. And the second out of the inning. It'll bring up Ryan Finney, who walked and was caught stealing in his first at-bat. First pitch to Ryan was a strike. Runner on second. 2 down. Strike 2. Grounded past the diving Bradshaw, but no chance to throw out Finifit at first. So that'll bring up the third baseman, Reed Rockwall. It's hit hard to left field. That's going to be gone. That's so that'll bring up the third baseman, first baseman, Jacob Ald. He's 0 for 1 this game. He grounded out to the second baseman. That one's lifted high in the air down the left field line. Over is Jaden, and he makes the catch for the third and final out of the inning. Damage was done, though. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors. No one was left. We'll be back for the Builders half of the third inning in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the third inning. Builders got some work to do to catch up. Isaac McAllister is going to lead it off. 8-9, then top of the order. Due up for the Builders. First pitch to Isaac is in there for strike one. Strike two. The 0-2 pitch. Swung through. And the throw pulled him off the bag. And Isaac is safe at first. All right. So Baker drops down the bunt and sacrifices himself to get Isaac over to second. That takes us to the top of the order, and Nate Erie. Nate flew out to left field his first at-bat. So the Builders now have a runner at second and one out as Nate Erie steps in. Great play by the first baseman. That was lined to first. And then they got McAllister doubled up at second. So while the Builders had a chance, it came up empty. We'll be back for the fourth inning in just a.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, welcome back. Aiden Henry's day is done. He threw 3 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, all were earned. He walked 1, struck out 2, one of which was looking, and threw 34 total pitches. 24 of those were for strikes. So he was around the strike zone. The new pitcher is Braden Hayes for the Builders. Braden is a 3.57 ERA, 2-0 win-loss record. He's appeared in 5 games, started 2. 17 and 2/3 innings pitched. Struck out 24. Opponents are hitting .246 against him on this season. So he's stepping in to face 5, 6, 7 from the Bearcats. So Evan, I think it's Evan McGee. Yep, Evan McGee leads it off. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game, too. He struck out looking. His first at bat. Count is quickly 0-2. Pitch was high. 84-mile-an-hour fastball got him swinging at that high heat. First out of the inning. So that'll bring up the left fielder, Austin Hester, who grounded out to third his first at-bat. Grounded down the first baseline foul. Builders now 12-1 on the season. Looking to keep these winning ways going. So that one was fouled back to the screen. It's a count to 0-2. Like I said, at the start of game one, there's 2 more here tomorrow. Got him looking. Against these 2 teams. And then the Builders go on a road trip to Myrtle Beach. As they'll play, I think it's 3 or 4 days down in Myrtle Beach. Swing and a miss. Lifted high and out of play. 1-2 is the count. To the Bearcat right fielder, Petty. 2-2 pitch. Grounded right back up the middle. Landon takes it. Throws it to first for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Bearcats go 1-2-3 in the 4th. We'll be back for the Builders half in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Builders half of the 4th inning. Again with some work to do. Down 4-0. The Builders, like I mentioned, the top of the inning, head to Myrtle Beach next week for 5 games in 3 days. They'll play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday down there. And then they'll be back in action again Monday. Builders have a lot of games, you could say, for the next 10 days or so. Jaden Anderson steps in, fouls first pitch back. First strike 1. Builders take a road trip the following Monday, March 23rd, to Elizabeth City. Jaden hits that one out of play down the right field line. 0-2. Hopefully their field's playable. The 0-2 pitch. That pitch was low, 1-2. Jaden sends that one into left center. Thought about 2 and then slammed on the brakes. To give the Builders a leadoff single. Builders finally get the leadoff man on. So that'll bring up the catcher, Seth Harrison. Seth grounded to second his first at-bat. Or, I'm sorry, grounded to third in his first at-bat. Jaden goes. The throw was high. Jaden is in safely at second with a stolen base. First pitch was called a ball. Pitcher steps off the rubber. No, camera. Wow. Wow is right. That pitch very much looked outside. And I guess it was a great frame job by the catcher. Throw back to second and safely. I would say that throw beat him, however. The tag was not applied in time. Counts even 1-1. Jaden on second. Tie for ball 2, 2-1. Foul back to the screen, 2-2. High in the air on the infield. Cannot. Macaruso makes the play. So that'll bring Jet Winslow to the plate. Again, high in the air, back behind the catcher, and it lands out of play. So the Bearcats are Division III. Athletic program. It's in there for a strike 2. So Jets looking at an 0-2 count. They play in the President's Athletic Conference. And that one's lined into left. Around comes Jaden. And Jet has an RBI single. It'll bring on Landon Turner. Landon is 1 for 1. Got an infield hit his first at bat. That one gets away from the catcher. Jet stays put. Two and 0 is the count to Landon. Bradshaw on deck. Landon lifts that one into right field. Back is Petty. What a catch by Petty as he makes the over-the-shoulder catch. And that'll bring Justin Bradshaw to the plate. Bradshaw is also 1 for 1. Singled to center. His first at bat. First pitch to Justin's high, ball 1. Bradshaw did a lot of pitching his freshman year. Played a little infield, and then last season, his sophomore season, played a lot of infield at second. That one lands in right. Jet makes his way to third. Again, another collision by the Bearcats. 3 of them kind of don't talk very well and end up with 2 of them running into each other. Puts runners at the corners, first and third. 2 down for Jackson Thomas. Jackson grounded into a double play to end the second inning. He's looking to help the Builders break into that lead a little more. The first pitch was outside, ball 1. Throw over to first, runner back safely. One-0 pitch hit into center. Over is Schmoody. He makes the play to end the inning. Builders put a small dent in the lead as they score 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. 2 men were left. We'll be back for the 5th inning in just a moment.
The USC NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
All right, welcome back. War Memorial Stadium. For the top of the 5th inning, Braden Hayes back at it. First pitch, Braden throws. Is hit into center field by the second baseman, Braden Macaluso. So that'll bring up the catcher, Brooklyn Hicks. 8-9-1 due up for the Bearcats here in the top of the 5th inning. Builders need to hold him. He squares to bunt, and he tries to bunt the pitch that was up at his eyeballs. Throw over. Umpire says safe. Squares to bunt again. That was a great bunt down the line. Once again, the sacrifice bunt. Executed very, very well by the Bearcats. So one down now. Macaluso is at second. And that pitch is fouled out of play by Dylan Schmoody, the Bearcat center fielder. Second pitch was low and away. Runs the count even at 1-1. Again, foul back off the screen. Counts even 2-2. Hit hard back up the middle. They send the runner. Relay home. They say safe. Bear. So that'll give the Bearcats their 4-run lead back. That'll bring up the shortstop, Ryan Finney. He's 1 for 1 this game, 2. That's a very nice fastball. And there for strike 1. Runner goes. Swing and a miss, strike 2. High and outside. Pitch lifted out of play. Foul down the first baseline. Got him looking for strike 3 in the second out of the inning. Bring up the third baseman, Reed Rockwall. It's a beautiful day again. I know I mentioned it earlier. Beautiful day. It's about 55 degrees. Pitch is lifted high towards second. Landon makes the play. Third out of the inning. We'll be back for the Builders' half of the 5th inning in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Just a quick recap. The Bearcats have scored 5 runs on 6 hits and committed 1 error. The Builders have scored 1 run on 5 hits and have yet to commit an error. Builders are bringing 8-9-1 to the plate. So Isaac McAllister leads things off. Struck out his first at bat. First pitch outside. I was saying right at the break, it's roughly about 55 today. I think it's supposed to be a little warmer tomorrow. If you're in the area, come on out. Catch the games. Noon and then 30 minutes after that game is when game 2 will start. That one's fouled away. 2-1. I will say, generally, down to the third base line is a pretty sunny area. It's a pretty nice place to sit and watch the games. Strike 2. Counts even, 2-2. Honestly, the stands could be a little chilly because they are in the shade the whole game. So that pitch is outside. Counts full, 3-2. Foul back to the screen. That will stay at 2-2. Or, I'm sorry, 3-2. Isaac really wanted that one as he fouls it back. I stuck out my right hand to catch it. However, there's a wall there. Or I might have caught it. I think this is the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Full count. That one's lifted into center. Over is Dylan Schmoody. He makes the catch. So that'll bring the right fielder to the plate, Baker Green. Baker sacrificed bunt his first at bat, so he's 0 for 1. First pitch to Baker is a ball. Second pitch low and away. For ball 2. Builders need to string some hits together. Inside part of the plate, strike 1. Grounded down the third base line, foul. Counts even, 2-2. Baker pops that one high. Catcher's there for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Nate Erie to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in this second game as he fouls that one out of play. Down and in. Counts even, 1-1. Nate lines that one into left. Builders get a runner on for the fourth straight inning. Bring Jaden Anderson to the plate. A Builder left fielder. It's 1 for 2 in this game, 2. Struck out his first at bat and singled to center. Nate goes. Pitch was low. No throw down. Two and 0 is the count to Jaden. High and in, 3-0. Quick conversation about the catcher. The 3-0 pitch coming. 0 away, ball 4. So Jaden gets a 2-out walk. And that'll bring up the catcher, Seth Harrison. Seth is 0 for 2 in this second game. Grounded out to third and then popped to second. Runner on first and second with 2 down. Outside. The 1-0 pitch. There go the runners, and that one's lifted high towards right. Few steps in. Sorry about that. And Petty's there for the play. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
Right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Top of the 6th inning. Builders still trail 5-1. Braden Hayes comes out for his 3rd inning of work. He's thrown 2 innings so far, given up 1 earned run, struck out 3. Thrown 28 pitches. Ald gonna lead things off for the Bearcats. 4-5-6 due up. Foul back out of play over the press box. Second pitch was fouled out of play down third baseline over the dugout. 0-2's the count. Grounded into left field. So Jacob gets a leadoff single. Pinch hitter 29, Jack Murphy. Same exact spot that they pinch hit last time. Basically, the DH got 5 innings. And then they brought in a pinch hitter. First 2 pitches to Jack were balls, so the count's 2-0. With nobody out, a runner on first. Low and away, ball 3. $85-mile-an-hour fastball. Arguably right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1's the count. Throw over to first, runner back. Guy starting to loosen up in the Bearcat bullpen. And the Bearcats have got their first 2 batters on this inning. Bring Austin Hester to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Squares to bunt, and bunts it foul. Going for the sacrifice bunt to get the runners to second and third. This is actually something that the Bearcats have been pretty good at today. Just getting that bunt down. Hard bunt down the first base line. Well, it wasn't down the line. I'm sorry. It was back up the middle. Braden turned to third, realized he had no shot. Fired to first to get the out. So runners on second and third, 1 out. And Petty is in. Pinch runner Ryan Tierney is in, running for Jack Murphy. So the guy who just pinch hit has been pulled. However, we do have the 1 re-entry. 1-2's the count. That one's fouled out of play. Wild pitch. Again, this is probably the 3rd or 4th time this game it seemed like a throw had beat a runner, just the tag did not. So they tack on another run to the Bearcats. Counts even at 2-2. Grounded sharply to second. And they called the runner out. So I'll bring up the second baseman, Braden Macaluso. As he fouls his first pitch out of play, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. High and in, ball. I say the batter started like he was he'd been hit, but I didn't think he had. 1-2's the count. Runner goes, got him looking. So it doesn't matter that the runner went. Strike three. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium here for the Builders' half of the sixth inning in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
Right. Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Bottom of the sixth inning. Builders got the work cut out for them. Got to get 5 runs the next 2 innings to keep the game alive. Jet Winslow steps in. Builders 4-5-6 due up. That one's low and away, ball one. Jets 1 for 2 with an RBI in this game. Foul back to the screen. Counts even, 1-1. The 2-1 pitch. Hit down the left field line. Foul. It landed in the party deck down the left field line. If it had been fair, it would have been a home run, but it was foul. Counts even, 2-2. Low and away, 3-2. Swung through it. Throw down to first is good. So that'll bring up the second baseman, Landon Turner. Landon is 1 for 2 today. Had an infield hit and popped out to right in his 2 at-bats. First pitch here is popped into left center. Over is the center fielder, Schmoody. He makes the play. Quickly to Builders. To 2 outs. It'll bring Justin Bradshaw to the plate. He's 2 for 2 in this game. Singled to center and singled to right. One to right kind of dropped in the middle of 3 Bearcats. First pitch. Was low and away. Second pitch was low, 2-0. Caught the outside corner. 2-1. Outside 3-1. Counts full, 3-2. Three-two pitch coming to the Builder third baseman, and he pops it over to first for the third and final out of the inning. Builders go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 7th inning coming up. We'll be back.
USC NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Baker Green at the plate. 2-0 pitch. Low. Three and 0. Jackson Thomas at first. Caught the corner, strike one. Grounded into left field for a base hit. Builders with 2 runners on. That'll take us to the top of the order, but first, we're going to have a pitching change more than likely. Great day for that young man as he walks off the mound. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in just a moment. All right, new pitcher in the game. It's 35. This is Garrett Knapp. He's a senior. Builders trying to mount a comeback. Jason's line is 6 1/3. Gave up 7 hits, 1 run. That 1 run was earned. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. Walked 2, struck out 4. Threw 103 pitches. 60 of those were for strikes. So the Builders turn over to the top of the lineup, and Nate Erie. Nate's 1 for 3 in this game, too. First pitch to Nate is low, ball 1. That pitch breaks back across the plate for strike 1-1's a count. Runners on first and second. Nate fouls that one away down the left field line. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Did that actually run it full? No, 2-2. Scoreboard operator was that quick with it. The 2-2 pitch. 3-2. Curveball's just not coming back far enough. And that'll load them up. I couldn't tell if it hit him. Official score is giving it as a walk, so we'll do the same. Jaden Anderson steps in. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch he sees is a strike. 54-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Builders in a great position right now to hopefully score a few runs. They need 5 to keep the game going. Second pitch was inside. Counts even, 1-1. Jaden fouls that one out of play. Just went over the stands into the parking lot. 1-2. See the shadow there. Pretty much covers home plate. That one was outside. First baseman almost caught it. Count remains 1-2. Counts even at 2-2. Jaden looking to keep hope alive for the Builders. The 2-2 pitch, high and in, 3-2. Another 55-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Foul back over stands and out of play. Count remain at full. Like I was saying earlier, if you're in the area, come on out tomorrow. First pitch, game 1 will be roughly 12 o'clock noon. Second game will follow. Should have some good weather for that. If you're not in the area, we'll be happy to have you on the telecast here. As Jaden draws a walk, which will bring Jackson Thomas in. Out comes the pitching coach. We've got Builders trail by 4. So inevitably the tying run is coming to the plate in the form of Seth Harrison when the meeting of the minds on the mound is over. So the catcher, Seth Harrison, represents the game tying run. Bases loaded, 1 out. Seth is 0 for 3. This game 2, first pitch to Seth is a strike. I know a lot of our builders players are from other areas. Appreciate all of you tuning in to our telecast every game day. One pitch coming. Driven to center. It's going to hop in front of Schmoody. 1 run is in as Seth drives in a run on his single to center. So Green comes across. Nate Yeary moves over to third. Jaden goes to second. And we have a pitching change coming. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium and see who the new pitcher is in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back. It's number 13, 19. Number 13 is the new pitcher, AJ McLafferty. Let's see if he's got any kind of statistics as far as how he's done so far this year. He's got a 9 ERA. No win-loss record. He's appeared twice. He's pitched a total of 1 inning, given up 1 run, walked 3, struck out 1. What? Giving up a run, and the opponents have no batting average against him, so it's definitely an interesting stat line. First pitch bounces up there. So Jet Winslow steps in. He's got a 1-0 count. He's 1 for 3 today in this game with an RBI and a strikeout. Second pitch is over the plate, strike. 80-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-1. Grounded back up the middle. Booted by the second baseman. One run is in. Nate's in. Jaden's in. The Builders put up 2 more runs. Take it 5-6. Not an E2. The catcher did not make the error. Costly error by the second baseman. It'll bring Landon Turner to the plate. With 1 out, runner on first and second, tying run at second, winning run at first. First pitch to Lando was called a strike. Outside, 1-1. I would say just a bit outside, but that was a little more than just a bit. It was a lot of bit outside. The 1-1 pitch. Low. 2-1. .81-mile-an-hour fastball. Maybe trying to overthrow it a little bit. Swing and a miss from Landon. Strike 2. Counts even 2-2. Leaf flying around. Outside, counts full, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch coming. Foul over the press box, out of play. Outside, ball 4. Another pitch and change. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium here in a moment and introduce you to the new pitcher.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Number 21, Jacob Auld is the new pitcher for the Bearcats. He played third base in game one, started this game at first, and into play first is number 31, Nolan Hurd, who was the starting pitcher of the first game. And Auld will, or not Auld, but Hurd will bat in the number 5 spot should that come back around. First pitch from Jacob is a strike to Justin Bradshaw, who's 2 for 3 here in this game, too. Fouled out of play, 0-2. Foul back to the screen. So Bradshaw steps in. 0-2 count. Bases loaded. Infield corners are in. Pitch was a ball. Let's run the count to 1-3. Yeah, 1-2. If it's 1-3, then that would be an out. Guess technically now the count's 1-3 as Bradshaw strikes out. So the Builders now batted around, and it brings pinch hitter is number 8, Jordan Higgins. He's batting where Landon Thomas was batting. Not Landon. Jackson Thomas. The first pitch to Higgins is high. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ball 2. 2-0. Tying run at third base. It's in there for strike number 1. 2-1's the count. Outside, 3-1. Builders do need just 1 run to keep it going. Swing and a miss. Counts full, 3-2. Three-two, 2 outs. No pressure on anyone. Runners take their leads and go. But Higgins watches strike 3 go by. So that'll do it for this game, too. The final score is 6-5. Builders make a valiant effort to try to come back, just fall short here at War Memorial Stadium. Bearcats score 6 runs on 7 hits, commit 2 errors. The Builders score 5 runs on 8 hits and don't commit any errors. These 2 teams will be back at it tomorrow at 12 noon here at War Memorial Stadium. So until then, That is not even what I wanted to say. Sorry. We'll be back tomorrow at noon for Game 1. See you then.